What's up, folks? Welcome back to Cross Realm Games, and we are continuing with Metaphor ReFantazio. We are here in under the castle where they was basically quote unquote taking children and stuff. I'm at the end, I think. We're about to do the boss, and let's just say a lot happened. Morris, he pretty much betrayed everybody, yada yada yada. They pretty much strung a trap on us, tried to get everybody, in sales and stuff. But hey, we had Gallica to kind of help us out. But then we get into this room here. This room where it supposedly belonged to the queen or the landlady or whatever. And there's a lot of baby stuff here. And there's a portrait of her pregnant. So, long story short, she was supposedly not be able to have children, or rather, she wasn't supposed to have, or she never had children, as far as the townspeople know. Well, she actually did have one, though it was kind of like out of wedlock, and let's just say some horrible things happened to that child. Now, I think, which I guess we're about to find out, because of what happened to that child, she pretty much grew obsessed with wanting a child, and Morris had this creature, most likely a human, feeding it babies and stuff because it's actually kind of like a baby, and it's creepy, but I'm sure she's probably obsessed with it.
Yes.
So we're gonna see what happens from here, but it's sad.
What? Here already?
Speaking of,
Is that a baby? Nope, not a baby.
Are you hungry? Oh, so fussy today.
yeah, she's off. She's off the rocks.
This monster. Is it a human?
This is the child you hold so dear? So, all the victims you kidnapped?
Oh, my darling has a hearty appetite. I had Morris deliver us food. Were you able to secure a meal?
Well,
Ah, useless! You have failed to eliminate the bounty hunters, and now you've let Heisme himself here. But no matter. You look tender enough for my darling's liking.
what?
Yeah, I'm about to go.
This is your child. It just devoured a man. All I see is a mindless monster.
And a monster is what I see when I look upon the world. People are beasts of fear and superstition, murderers without remorse. I have done nothing they've not done to me. Abominations. They are the unnatural. They deserve to die. They should all be so glad to nourish my child. My dear, sweet child.
A mother's love should nurture.
But this is beyond the pale.
And you? Do you not condemn her? She kidnapped children, murdered them in cold blood, and would see you blamed for it.
In truth, I know this woman's pain all too well.
Huh?
In the name of her child, she was willing to turn against the entire world. Behind her atrocities, I see the devotion of a bereaved parent. You found yourself unjustly in a terrible darkness, and I struggle to blame you. Burying your own child is unbearable. Grief and madness fill the gaps where love had been. but my eyes were opened. These people helped me see. The only way to beat the darkness is to confront it. Step by meager step. You must walk back to our reality. Look upon that, and see true that it is not the child you once loved.
Be silent! You know nothing of it. Your sermons better suit a preacher, but that is not your place here. You are here to be eaten!
Good. Show me your hate. Pour out your darkness. We'll fight, but not in justice's name. Grief is its own death, so we will show you life!
Darling, are you still hungry? Mother wants you to play with your food! Come, my darling. It's time for supper. Eat up.
All the people who disappeared. This must have been the last thing they ever saw.
We break this tragic curse here and now. It's the only way we might mourn them. Let us finish this, Captain. We'll put an end to this horror, whatever the cost.
If we can figure out what it really is, we can win. Let's get after it.
What it is disgusting. Alright, let's handle this creature.
Ha! Die!
I shall moving to the rear. No holding back. Run them through.
Nice.
With blade in hand! Not now. I'm stepping back. Come! This won't...
Allies, together!
We'll team up.
Behold my power!
Ugh. Okay, that didn't do much. Yeesh.
Hulkenberg's guard is down!
Let's work together. Not this. Seeker! Scour!
You think you're... I'll use what I must. Rancor!
Stroll, they've sapped your defenses!
Are you prepared? Pierce!
I step Faker! Can you withstand this?
No, my mind fades.
Ouch.
Heismay's in a daze. He's gonna have trouble aiming.
Built.
Okay.
Is everyone okay? That thing's been staring at us for a while now. It's so creepy. Wait, staring at us? That's it! The eyes! I bet if you go for those huge eyes, it'll have a hard time hitting us. We can't afford to feel sorry for it right now. Wait for an opening and try blinding it. If we hit its eyes, maybe it won't move around so much.
Say less.
Fire!
See? There's witness our secret technique!
Let my power support you.
Some darker arts.
No. This better hit!
You hit their weak point.
Nice.
Is
Everyone all right?
Stroll? Hulkenberg got
Not
them
yet.
right in their weak spot.
A blunder!
Ouch. Yeesh.
Stroll, they
Let's
sapped
go.
your defenses.
I wonder if I just
I
showed
call
up
upon
something
royal
else with
power
that.
within! This better hit! How's
All
this?
right, it's not going anywhere like this. Now we won't know where we are. Come on,
It's okay.
This is our chance.
We can come forth, royal soul! Bird!
Face me! Slash!
Run if you... Are you prepared? Pierce! Ugh, not done yet.
For all that we strive for! Oh, power of heroes! This is nothing.
Ouch.
Oh,
Crap.
God, you've got some
Okay,
fancy
okay.
footwork, Stroll.
Seeker! Here!
Helpful as ever.
I'll use what I must. We need not push ourselves.
Thanks.
Listen, this is a cat in the
What's
bag.
needed?
I owe you. I call upon royal power within. Tougher than I thought.
It's for all that we strive for! Shine! Worthy foe up!
Oh, my darling. Mama's here. Mama will always be here for you.
Oh
Here,
gosh.
take all the magic I have.
She healed the demon baby?
Why?
Only a flesh wound.
Right when I was close to.
Stroll, they've sapped your defenses.
Now shoot you this thing again.
Is that all?
You have a problem.
Now that's finesse. Beautiful dodge, Heisman.
Bet.
Faker! Can you withstand this?
I won't hold back.
Light!
Still here?
I show no mercy. Apologies.
I
Would you
call
finish
upon
it?
royal power within.
Right on target.
I am no
Nice one,
stranger to
Stroll.
japes. Mark me closely.
Do I have anything? Oh, I have plenty of those.
Ah!
Bet.
They yet cling to life.
Of course.
Let's go.
This shall almost be dead, so.
Flare!
A tough one.
Oh, power
Send
of
this.
kings.
That's how you do it. You know, that's what it looks like. If you play Ratchet & Clank Going Commando, which is the second game, it looks like a proto pet.
Not bad.
Those things
if I say so
was
myself.
not pretty either. I should get a picture. Yeah, if you see a picture, yeah, that's what they look like. Yeesh. Had to be done.
Not long ago, I too had a child. But I couldn't protect him. It was in a nearby village. Some paripus started a riot, and my son was caught in the middle of it. They beat him until he was barely recognizable. Even bloodied and battered, he clung to life. But his body was broken. He couldn't move. And not a single person came to his aid. He was a Ujif, and to them, that's all he was. But he was a helpless child, left to die in a pool of his own blood. By the time I finally got to him, it had been hours. It was too late.
I had no idea.
I couldn't abide it. Reality was too painful, and I ran until I was spending my nights and days in the sandworm's pit. Better to live in solitude than in the embers of hell. That was the real reason I lived in that den of beasts. I thought death would be a mercy.
Heisme.
And then these meddlers came along. They dragged me under the night sky I'd not seen in many seasons. And beneath those stars, It finally came to me. This is not the life my son would have wanted for me. That thought changed my whole perspective. His memory deserves love, not pain. Look with your eyes and your heart. You can ignore it no longer. You loved your child, not this creature. And the child you loved is gone.
If I could have sacrificed my life instead, I swear I would have done it. I loved my son with all of my heart.
I know. Nobody could ever deny you that. And now, the nightmare is over.
Crazy stuff this world is. Crazy stuff this world is, I swear.
What do we do? Do we present this creature as evidence?
I don't know. Our testimony's likely not enough to prove this monster was behind the disappearances, and it'd be easily denounced as a publicity stunt.
Do you recall the promise I made when first we met? I pledged my political support if you were able to solve this matter. I fear that after all this, it is a boon I can no longer provide. But if you need a head to present to the judges, perhaps it could be my own.
I don't know what you mean.
Please take me to the exhibition of the brave. I will confess the truth before the masses. Surely the evidence will be undeniable when heard from my lips.
Yet as a holy woman, 'twould be bold-faced ignominy to sanctifex Forden. You risk dire consequences, possibly even without trial.
I have but one request. Before I depart, I would ensure all my duties are passed to my successor. I know I ask much of you, but would Barden and I be permitted to join you in Oceania later on? I will atone for my sins. For my son's sake, I must.
What should we do? There's no guarantee she won't take this opportunity to escape.
But I see her point. The people here have suffered enough unrest. If she is to leave them, she must ensure they still have guidance, else they'll fall to chaos and panic.
You are our captain. The decision is ultimately yours.
I want to protect the city.
Rumors painted Heisman as a criminal, but I choose to believe in him. I want to extend Joanna the same grace.
Right.
A country where no one's future is written in stone. If that's our goal, then this is a chance we have to take.
You're too nice for your own good. But you might have a point about not forcing her.
Our treatment of her might reflect on her confession too. Don't want anyone saying we coerced it out of her.
Then 'tis settled.
Oh, thank you for your kindness. 1,000 times. Thank you. Oh, how curious. It's as if the fog has finally lifted from me.
Not blind no more. She see the truth. But it's still what they did to her child is just absolutely horrible.
I've heard the news about Lady Joanna. I will assume the duty of her escort to the exhibition, and I'll ensure the warrant on Heisme is taken down. Rest assured your bounty will be paid in full. After all, I asked that you find the true culprit, and so you did.
Ha ha! I say, we could upgrade the gauntlet runner with some extra spondulics, eh?
Dang.
Young man, I have a request.
Could you donate a portion of the money to the bereaved families? I know 'tis not my place, but something must be done for them. Their pain must be unbearable.
Not just some of it. It's all rightfully theirs.
Well said.
You'll hear no objections from me. All we really needed was a head for the exhibition.
My word. You're all indeed true knights. I'll personally make sure the citizens all hear of your bravery and spirit.
Just as long as you keep this out of the public ear until the exhibition, right? We can't have our opponents finding out and trying anything underhanded.
You have my solemn word. I'm glad I entrusted this to you.
No Castletown kidnapper. Finished.
All right.
And I'll take all of that too.
Haisme, 'twas thanks to you that we found the truth. We'd not have revealed the culprit or the secret of the castle on our own.
I agree. If Barden thinks we're True Knights all, that goes double for you.
If you've nowhere else to go from here, perhaps you might join us and further lend us your strength.
You're in this race to become king, are you?
Not exactly. Look, you think it'd be all right to tell Haisme the truth?
We've come this far together. It's fine by me.
Yes, I have no objections either.
So, we need to go. Survival to our plot for the
So His Royal Highness lives. I see now why you all fought so desperately.
Would you lend us your strength?
You already know my answer. My life may not weigh much, but I gladly pledge it to your noble cause. If I'm to choose a lord out of loyalty instead of dependence, then there's absolutely no shame in that.
Not a lord. A friend.
Hear, hear.
Glad to have you guys, man. Dang!
Right.
I'm all the way down to 981 already? Sheesh. Started off at like
I could have done more
5,000.
to help in Martira. I was so ready to prove myself too.
She wanted to play a more active role, but I suppose things didn't go according to plan.
But maybe I found something better. A goal worth chasing. So I'm gonna focus on that from now on.
The mystical fairy Gallica, keeper and heritor of the mage's virtues, through thy shared bond, a new heroic embodiment slumbering within thee has come to blossom. Bear this new power, foster this connection, and by their strength, fulfill thy destiny.
Oh, this is the rank 3.
It's you and me. Our destinies are intertwined.
Wizard. Nice. Enemy analysis and squad battle is now more detailed. So hers is automatic, so that's good to know.
Okay, now all we have to do is head to Briarhaven and wait for Joanna to arrive.
Ah, about that. Dashed inconvenient, but there's apparently been a landslide on the Valley Road. Utterly impassable. The old road crews should have the mess cleared by the competition, so until then, your time is yours to waste.
Oof.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Well, basically, in other words, we got about 8 days, I think. 7, 8 days to
the
pretty
deadline
much
is
do whatever. So that's it on that. But I guess we'll just blip all the way to the final day before we continue on with story.
I've seen the state of the race with my own eyes, ladies, gents, and mad malcontents. If you wanted an update, here's your chance. So far, we've mostly seen gauntlet runner skirmishes and dueling mayhem. Now it's time for the real thing. Sounds like we've lost a few candidates already too. poor bastards went after something too nasty for their head hunt and got themselves head hunted. We've got some candidates who have outright given up. No confidence. Can't blame them against these odds. And some others have bought and sold out of the race.
Come on! That's a bit unfair, isn't it?
I suppose money's power like anything else. Military strength's not meant to decide this race anyhow.
The question is, what's our final head count going to look like? Lots of unknowns left, people, and we'll not know the truth until the exhibition. A little bird told me one of our contenders has made a bold play in Martyra. They might not even come out of it with a head.
What are they scheming then? Let's hear some details.
Sorry, chums, I'm just the crier. Can't speak for any one candidate in particular. Luckily, you'll not have long to wait now. With all that said, can't help but wonder how Count Luis is taking this, can we? My sources say he's not bothered with any of this. He's still gallivanting across the land, killing humans. And yet, even without a formal entry, Luis's voter base is still growing. Bound to have His Eminence Forden grinding his teeth that, for now, let's enjoy the show!
This may not even lift a finger and still getting supporters.
Right, everyone. Farewell said, particulars packed.
All that remains is to ride to Oceania with pride in our hearts.
Watch out, Luis. You won't know what hit you.
Well then, off to the races, what? Old Barden's given me a detailed map of the area.
Sounds like quite a journey. I hope it won't be as bumpy as last time.
Oh no, it'll be a sight smoother. But you've got wings. What are you fussing for?
Oh, there it is. Should have known the fatigue would hit eventually. About time I got some sleep. Heis, mate. Why are you on my bed? You're positively miniature, man. There are plenty of other places fit for you to sleep.
Yes. Splendid. Just magnificent.
What is he dreaming about?
I hope you've no designs on taking my bed. I have cut men down for less.
With friends like these.
Roommates, right?
Now then.
Alright, next is Port Browhaven, capital of the principal. We plunge it south out of Martinu, make it in 3 nights, 4 days or so. Alright then.
Whoa!
Port Browhaven.
Let's see.
Guess I really can't go nowhere else, so it's fine. We'll make our return. But for what it looks like, we have
Let's see.
fine weather here. There might be some more places for pictures to send to Maria.
Let us hurry.
Blackwood Camp. Don't know what they mean by Blackwood Camp. It's gonna be stormy there.
Hold on.
We have another rival competitor, so who I'm gonna fight this time? We'll have to see. Possibly more, what do you call it? Sites to look at.
Let us hurry.
Another stormy camp.
Hold on.
Small village, and then
This place here.
the port.
This.
Oh, hey!
So, this is gonna be fun. Prosperous commerce. Due no smart to ocean-sized proximity. I eventually drove some people will pour in for the exhibition. All the people delayed by the last time might be showing up. Keep an eye on the road, okay, News?
Ha! Tally ho then.
I never. Who do you think you're talking to?
Leaving behind the old castle town stricken by tragedy, the Gauntlet Runner sets off toward the exhibition of the brave. Their destination, Port Browhaven, capital of the Principality of Oceania. A world unknown to them. What will they accomplish? Acclaim? Or...
what to pick.
Alright, 3 days. This sounds appetizing?
The city ruins come to view. This place once flourished through the excavation of magma crystals by migrant workers. The work was hard, but the miners were hearty and spirited, and the promise of riches lured many here. In its time, it may have rivaled Brilhaven. However, the promise of strong magma drew forth the humans. As tragedies climbed, it became a ghost town. Now only the threatening glimmer of the crystals remain. And with the promise of abandoned riches followed the thieves. For some reason, though, they all seemed to scurry home empty-handed, gripped by fear.
So what are we doing
This
here?
is...
Heroin site. There's no crystals. It's not the lead somewhat shield settles into my period bonus, and I can see that what could have occurred here.
Gauntlet runner sighted!
Looks like it's that Missy's gauntlet runner coming for us this time.
Hey!
Katarina, go home, please.
Hurry it up!
Come on, then.
It's you! So we meet again! Maybe you got the better of me last time, but you're about to get some payback.
Give me a break, lady. Ever heard of learning from your mistakes? Sorry, but we don't intend to lose either.
Ooh, big talk. Well, I'm willing to rewrite my record if that's what it takes to be queen. My people are suffering as we speak. Who's gonna save the Parapus if I don't give it all I've got? I promised them all I'd become queen. You're all decent people, got nothing against you, but I'm not holding back.
Alright then.
Looks like you've gotten stronger. But so have we.
Commander!
See what you can do then.
Fortifying.
We need help. Thank you.
I owe you.
Let's do this fair and square.
Withdrawing!
Looks like we can't brute force through this one.
31.
No holding back! This better hit!
Last
she
chance to
did.
give
Let
up.
justice prevail! Weakening the enemy!
Let's do this fair and square.
Scour!
That's nothing.
Oh, please!
Commander!
We'll do this together!
Right at the blade.
Fall!
Let's do this!
Serves up.
Ready to
Face
lose?
me! Hidden heart! I must... Blaze!
Give me your aid!
You are good.
Something else. I shall vanquish evil.
Go to sleep.
I die hard!
No.
Why are you so strong, damn you? But this is where the real fight begins. Get ready to get stomped.
I see your game!
Finesse! Beautiful dodge, Heisman!
Go on now.
We're got them right in their weak spot.
The freedom of
Seeker!
Is there any...
Let's set it up!
Okay, it's not bad.
On your guard!
How's
One
this?
more time.
No. Why? Why? I trained so much for this. This isn't supposed to happen.
Yeah, look. You're better off joining us, just saying.
Good. 'Tis done.
It's a bath with fleeting fountain of youth in it. The sweet fragrance envelops, as though broken free to frolic through a flower-filled meadow. Say less.
Hello? Hello, Mr. Captain. Rise and shine, what? Almost there.
You're like, 20 more hours.
Rhylehaven. It's been a while.
You've been before?
My parents took me once when I was a boy. I remember the day we arrived, and waking up to the smell of the ocean. The place was crowded beyond belief. Everything was so different from our hometown in the countryside.
I felt much the same when I reached the royal capital. Quite a sight compared to my little village, with naught but fields and mountains.
To be sure. And where are you from, Hulkenberg?
You cannot guess? Surely Montario in the east. Why, the Hulkenbergs are one of that nation's most prominent aristocratic houses, if not foremost among them.
You don't say.
Well, yes. Though I've no close relationship with my parents. I've hardly seen them since I left home.
I see. Suppose we've all come a long way, haven't we?
Seems we'll make it to the exhibition just in time.
With a master at the helm, you were bound to, eh?
I really hope Joanna shows up.
We resolved to trust her. So we simply watch and wait.
Right. Everyone set and steady? Welcome, ladies and gents, to the coastal crown jewel, Port Brylehaven.
Port Brylehaven, capital of the Principality of Oceania, the western annexed state of Uchronia. A vivacious city, Brylehaven is port of call to ships of both trade and war, bustling with hardy sailors. From the natural wonders caused by Magla to the Colosseum's contests of strength, people flock here to see the marvels of a city that never sleeps. The sea guides the Gauntlet Runner into the city, alongside a warm, salty breeze.
It's the ocean! Just look! There's water all the way to the horizon! It's kind of like the capital, but totally different!
Yes. The City of Water, Brylehaven.
It's very unique. That brother, he is.
Sancta Cadeau, you've brought us quite a magnificent head. How do you think it'll stack up against your competitors?
With the warrior monks at my side, there is nothing we cannot accomplish. But I won't presume to know the rankings. I humbly leave it in God's hands.
Lineup's a bit conventional for my taste so far. Oh, here comes our mysterious little underdog now. Stir things up a bit here, will you?
Like, it's too normal out here. We need something different. Well.
Ah. Would you look at these spectacular gauntlet runners? They must all be worthy of kings.
Looks like Luis is still the only one with a Skyrunner, though.
No. I'm sure those blasted clergymen have some mechanism for it too. The Sanctist Church funded the Skyrunners to begin with. If you can call that flying, of course. All just piffling about with levitation magic. Only a passing acquaintanceship to real aerodynamics. Birds have never needed magic to fly. Just the mechanical ingenuity of the feathered wing. That's the kind of breakthrough I'd like to make. You'll see, eh? One day, I'll make those wings reality, and we'll soar like birds.
I believe it.
Can't wait. But I won't hold my breath.
Pish and tosh. You'll see. You'll be positively staggered.
If it isn't the pretentious little gallant and his cronies.
Ew.
If it isn't the walking headache. Well. No head to be seen. Weren't you talking big about chasing down that Heismay fiend?
You're referring to me, yes?
You're the man. This is a joke, is it? He's your great and terrible bounty. You know there's still time to drop out before you humiliate yourself in front of the masses.
Say what you wish. He is one of us. 'Tis not his head we are offering.
Truly? You're allied with a wanted criminal? Are you all mad? Oh, your public humiliation will be quite a sight. Come, Hector.
Hey.
And that was?
A candidate and one of
Marcus.
Luis's henchmen. We don't exactly see eye to eye.
Confound it. No damn parking spaces left. Well, let's look for somewhere a bit less unpleasantly populated.
Unpleasantly populated.
Tomorrow is finally the exhibition to present all the heads. I really hope Joanna shows up.
You needn't all sleep here tonight, you know? I can stay and wait for the cavalry. Got to give the old girl a tune-up anyway, don't I?
'Tis much appreciated. In that case, we should look for an inn about the city. And we must sample the local delights. They've far better seafood than in the capital.
Hope it's nothing too weird.
You've nothing to fear. Truly, I find most living things are edible.
You need higher standards, lady.
If you're sure, Nearest, then we'll leave it to you. Me, I long for a proper bed.
So be it. Let's find ourselves some lodging.
Y'all find yourselves some lodging. I'm gonna find a shop. So, find some more bounties.
Really now?
Stuff later.
Ridiculous. Aha.
Travel by
Hello.
gondola.
Hey, mister.
Really just
Yeah?
All right then.
well, I guess that's what I was supposed to do.
We haven't much time.
I'm a star candidate. The fact that they have a face. Interesting.
Hello.
They did say that they have 3
Need a ride?
eyes. So I guess
Good choice.
I'll probably see him one day. Wait. You definitely
What is it you require?
Like you knows where are you?
Yeah.
Beauty is my creed. And more than anything, a king should be beautiful, should he not? And whatever inn I choose for a beauty vest must be worthy for my resplendent grace. Yes, like this golden corral pavilion. That's what he sounds like. Looks like what he sounds like.
Oh.
So, no, I would not know the abilities of fear. But do I no longer look like the part?
Oh, this blooming heat.
Hey there!
And there you are, selling your business.
Hey.
Hello there. Now, Elder fella from Mars here. Guess we both got ourselves marks for the exhibition. We hope to stay in this inn. Sorry to disappoint you. I just got tossed out of my ear by the innkeeper. He said it's already full. 2 other inns nearby, but there were either option. Interesting.
kind of freaky.
Well, gotta take what we can get.
Well, should have figured they'd be out of the upper rooms with all the travelers in town.
'Tis a far cry from the runner, at least. I am full glad to stretch my legs again.
Did you see that giant bug just now? It was like the size of my head. It's gotta be poisonous.
Oh, pull yourself together. It's just a insect.
So you don't do bugs. Interesting.
Well, listen to you. You can't have lived in a giant sandworm den and been afraid of bugs, surely.
Hence the hut.
That's why you lived in that hut?
More importantly, we must discuss tomorrow's proceedings.
Well then, and that's a good point.
Right. We meet up with Joanna, then get to the exhibition after that. Joanna will admit to the crime. The guilt of a sanctoress, especially of her status, will guilt Forden by association. That should make an impression on Louise.
Yet for all this, we need Joanna herself. Do you truly think she will join us?
We have to trust her.
She chose to offer her own head instead of the monster's. If you ask me, she'd not have done that if she didn't believe it truly was her child. At least in part. I believe she expressed genuine parental love. I want to believe that, at least.
And what if she ends up not showing up? I mean, you're the one who got the worst of all of this in the first place.
If it comes to that, you've still got my head for the dais. After all, the bounty still says I'm a kidnapper.
Balderdash will not sacrifice an innocent life for our victory. But your offer speaks highly of your spirit.
Right. We've done what we can do. All that's left is to keep our chins up and face the competition head on.
Too early yet to retire for the night. We could drop by one of the local pubs. Listen for what perks our ears. And while we're at it, might as well sit down to a proper supper, eh? Could be my last, after all.
Oh, haha, very funny. But I guess good info is important. Let's go check it out.
What are we without beauty? What do we care for promises and speeches from repulsive mouths? Beauty is everything, and it is time our country reflected that.
Sounds like the candidates have started their speeches. Let's listen in for a bit.
Let's not.
With all skills and talents equal, would you see the crown atop an ugly head or a handsome one? Beauty is power. Lack one, you should lack the other. When I take the throne, all the hideous will be stripped of their titles. Together, we shall build a nation ruled only by radiant, everlasting paragons of beauty.
I love you, Lord Milo! I love you forever!
Well, he has a point about what people tend to follow.
What? This really doesn't bother you? It isn't right.
You'd rather wait for a king who was always right, then?
Enough about appearance. A beautiful face cannot win wars. Without military power, the crown's voice means nothing. When I am king, I will establish a unified nation with the Roussant tribe at its head. Our tribes, our status, they mean something. You could stray from a monolith, but it will still remain. There can be no true peace without using the power we command. Hear, hear, for Roussant pride!
I like
What
his outfit.
pride is there in seizing power by force? Disgraceful.
When I'm queen, all the land's corrupt upper classes will be wanted men! We'll have our guillotines sharpened and our wallets open! Those who thought to tilt the world with their heavy coffers will be a head lighter. We'll split their fortunes and toast to our health.
Preach it, Katharina! You're just what this land needs!
Wouldn't the first target be the one on the throne, then?
Everyone's just shouting all their ideals out.
These candidates are all pathetic. Nobody here even compares to Lord Luis.
Luis isn't even in the running, lad. Poor Blight is afraid of losing to Sanctifex Forden.
You've got it backwards, geezer. He's just not wasting his time on these windbags.
I confess, I know not how to feel. Tis unprecedented. Never before have our citizens come together in the street in broad daylight and shared their true feelings on king and kingdom.
Indeed. Is this really the kind of change His Majesty wanted? Maybe I'm overthinking it.
Let's go in. If we hang around too long here, we're bound to get dragged into a nasty argument.
Why do I have to see his purple butt? You got the hippie over there.
When I'm king, pleasures will rule the city. A bar on every block and a flagon in every hand. All you can drink, all year round.
Woo! Next round's on Loveless.
Let fools be content with their fool dreams. Grant me the crown, and I will make our kingdom powerful beyond imagining.
Most powerful? Doesn't really mean anything, does it? Aren't you another one of Luis's flunkies, hound? Stop barking and get back to your master.
Always about that goddamn Luis. I've been in the guard just as long as he has, you swine.
Oh, you mad, Ava?
Quite a lively crowd. Looks like a great many of them came all the way here to watch the competition.
That lad there, he's an elder, isn't he? Are you a candidate too?
Well, strike me down, you're right. Never seen one of you blokes before. Might be out of luck in the race, though. You'll not stand a chance.
Pay him no mind. A drunk's words weigh nothing.
Wow, there are fish swimming in front of the store.
Ah, I've heard of this. 'Tis on the customer to fish up a catch, and the chefs will prepare it for eating.
I admit, I'm curious. Shall I sing a shanty for you as you take up rod and reel, Captain?
Hey, let's go. What the heck is that?
Is that really edible? It doesn't look quite, natural.
By all means, let us try it.
You try
Did
first.
she even look at it?
Why, tis...
You better not say delicious.
delicious! The aroma of the sea simply floods the mouth. Ah, and what splendid crunch it has.
I guess I'll try a bite. I mean, they wouldn't let us fish up anything outright inedible. I hope.
At least we'll die together.
She would be a wonderful member in the Delicious in Dungeon crew.
Oh, well, I was the one who suggested fishing. Right. The noble thing to do is see it through. Oh, it's rather slimy for my liking.
I said nothing since Hulkenberg seemed to enjoy it so much, but if you're going to eat an unknown fish, might you not at least sear it first?
'Tis fine enough without, I say.
You need way higher standards, lady.
You know?
Excuse me, friends. Don't mean to interrupt your meal. I'm Batlin, a church crier for the tournament. Maybe you remember me. Sounds like you made a hell of a splash in Martyra, huh? Felling a vicious beast's one thing, but not many candidates took it figuratively.
How did you hear about all this?
It's a crier's business to hear things. So, do you have a head ready?
Well, let's see.
Got a head right here, I suppose.
Lips sealed, huh? Well, I'm certainly looking forward to the exhibition then. Especially considering the diversity of your little party. I've always preferred to chase an interesting lead over a sure bet. Can't help it, I'm afraid. So, I'll have a keen eye out for you, all right?
That crier's an odd one. Not really what you'd expect from a Sanctus promoter. Who is he?
Yeah, he is a little sus, isn't he?
Rumor has it that young candidate hasn't brought a head. Wonder what he's playing at.
Whatever it is, he's about to get a sharp lesson in the ways of the world, poor lad.
I think he's worth keeping an eye on. Keep it under your hats, chums, but his power may rival Count Luis. I think he's just the ingredient we need to spice this race up a bit.
Right. Just got back from the pub, did you?
You wound me. Nobody trusts a radical, huh? I expect you'll see for yourself.
Not him trying to hype us up. Oh,
the man's sloshed again.
What happened to waiting for our guests? You utter buffoon! Is this why you volunteered to stay behind?
Seems like Joanna and Barden aren't here yet.
Oh, I feared this might happen. And we've no other head to offer the judges. 'Tis a precarious position.
No. Now come.
Ah! I'm going to splash some water on my face.
What?
What the heck?
My sincerest apologies. I wasn't expecting anyone to come in. You see...
How did you come to be here? Explain yourself!
Is something the matter, Barden?
They were here the whole time?
I'm so terribly sorry. We heard the Gauntlet Runner had a washroom, so we thought we'd freshen up a bit. I bathed first and was resting in the back room, contemplating my final day as a sanctuaress.
Sir Nuris over there very decently let us in to wash up.
I couldn't stand it, old thing. Her heart would bring any right-thinking man to tears. Could have run like a bally thief in the night, but here she is, washing away her sins. It was more than a chap could bear, I say. Needed a drop of the grape and grain just to get myself through it.
The bottle's barely any emptier. Was a drop really all it took to get you drunk?
Oh, please do not blame the poor man. Talking to him has eased my heart for the trials to come. I cannot let myself betray you and regress to my vile delusions. I only sought to atone with myself before my sins are duly punished.
I understand. Thank you for coming. Then, as we agreed, please confess before the crowd when the time comes. To be honest, I'm hesitant to turn you in now you've genuinely decided to repent. I mean, we're hardly icons of virtue ourselves. In fairness, you're a woman of status, and it'll be a big crowd. We're not looking to instigate a public stoning here. You can explain yourself freely, in your own words. We can't ask anything more than that.
Thank you. Truly, I've felt so much more at peace since last we spoke. The fog has only cleared further, giving me clarity of purpose.
The fog, huh?
Thank you for everything. I do hope you win the throne.
Yes, I intend to.
Whoever the crown goes to, we're at least going to make sure it isn't used for evil.
At last, it seems our preparations are set. We need only trust that our plans will bear fruit.
So what happens?
Thank you all for waiting. The very first round of the tournament for the throne, the exhibition of the brave, is about to begin. our monarchs-to-be will now present to the people the heads they seized to demonstrate their power as worthy of the throne. At a later date, when the second round is announced, the faces on the King's Rock, that is to say, the candidates with the top 20 approval ratings, will pass the first round.
20? 'Tis a great many eliminations in but one round.
I was hoping we'd at least make it through the first, but it might not be that simple.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, your eyes to the lineup of all the gorgeous faces at the judges' table, starting with his and her highnesses of Oceania and Montario.
Oh, it's her ladyship. Lord Montario's here too, eh? And the armor on that fellow over there? A general, is he?
And of course, we have the one, the only, the people's favorite, our guest from the Sanctus Church, better known as the Miracle Saint, healer of all ills, presenting the lovely Lady Rella Cygnus!
Saint? Who's this? Someone fill me in. I've been literally living in a hole.
A brilliant healer. We've met, though a long time ago. Even as a student, she was already considered the kingdom's best in her field.
Looks like the crowd's on your side, milady. Can you give us a few words about what's on your mind as you take on the judge's mantle?
Well, I'm afraid you've rather got me on the spot. Hello, all. This city sure has, great seafood. And, well, sea creatures. Fascinating, aren't they? There's so much we still don't know about them. Oh, I did hear about a legend of some monster in the eastern seas of Oceania. Imagine, the mind races. I'm hoping I can investigate those sightings while I'm here.
That's just great, Lady Rella. I'll just stop you there, clock's ticking and all that. But we're thrilled you're enjoying your stay.
That's all you, bro.
Sometimes I can hardly believe you're my sister. Still not much of a public
Sister?
speaker, are you?
So she's a saint?
Well, she seems like a nice enough lady.
We better stop worrying about her and focus on ourselves. I don't see Luis anywhere, but I bet he's got eyes in the
Who is
crowd.
that round head right there? My boy got negative drip.
Now, the time has come. Let the exhibition of the brave begin! First up is a respected gentleman of the church, Guido, the head of the monk soldiers of the Crown Theocracy.
My man brought a whole fish. Not a head, a whole fish.
I've no taste for needless killing. Therefore, I chose a mark with meat, abundant and edible. After the judging, it will be served in a banquet for the poor.
A stand-up fellow, my good people. Strength and compassion in one package. He's got the crowd on his side right from the start.
All right, then.
Now, is there anyone who can top this?
I can.
And we have a challenger. Second in line is the church's direct opposition, the spearhead of Count Luis's supporters, Gladel the Black Hound!
One look at the head and I know what you're thinking. Bit small, isn't it? Well, I can bloody well tell you I'm not like this smarmy git who fished up his dinner. I'll tell you what this is. Behold, the head of a hideous human! Where's your proof?
Yes, the young sod's right. How do we know that's really a human?
What drivel? Look at the thing! You think a normal beast could have a face like this?
Probably just made the damn thing yourself.
Oh, useless as ever. Did it never occur to him that the average citizen has never seen a human?
Now, Now, everyone, let's have a little composure, please. Candidate Gladell, we're very much obliged. You may step down.
My man is making a fool out of himself.
Now,
Yeah,
on
no
to the
problem.
next.
What is that a kraken?
The size of that thing. Is that the monster of the Eastern Sea?
Someone took the beastie down. Who did the deed?
I'd heard tell of a monster tormenting the people of this beautiful port city. I could do no less than grant them respite from their suffering. Such is the duty of those with power.
Who expected anything less? His Eminence Borden is simply
So
in
one
another
brought a
class.
fish,
Suddenly
one
the
brought
critics
a
have all gone
human
quiet. All I hear
and one brought a
is
bigger
gratitude.
fish. That's just trash.
Borden's trophy is more impressive than I expected. How are we going to make a stronger impression than that?
It'll be fine.
If he'd gone after us, the reaction would mean we'd have been written off no matter what we presented. Let's count ourselves lucky and trust in our strategy.
Now, no dirty looks, you lot. Next is the Pagan Assassin's Prize. Let's see what head we've got now. Thank you, Candidate Julian, for that helpful, exhaustive, and I think exhausting explanation.
Dang.
Now, we've had quite a succession up here, but our last is coming up now. This should wrap up our show. Now, if the last candidate, the Elden Boy, would please join us on the stage.
Here we go.
Where's their head?
Your pardon, madam, but would you happen to be the Lady of Martyra? Joanna, the Sanctoress?
Indeed. The head they've brought is mine.
The impudence. You dare offer an honored lady of the church before these judges? This is not to be borne.
I've got something to say to you too. That you chief there. Isn't that Heismay? The same damn criminal you were supposed to be chasing?
That's the infamous Heismay. The huge chief of all things.
This. After we saved your hide on the road.
Silence! He may be a former knight, but now he's a heinous criminal who stooped to kidnapping. Anyone who claims themselves his ally should be disqualified on the spot.
Please, wait. I have something I must confess to you all. You speak of the kidnappings that terrorized my home, Martyra. I am here to confess that the true culprit behind those atrocities was me. I was the caretaker of a hideous human in the basement of my castle. And to feed it, I abducted the innocent people of my own city.
What? Absurd. Speak sense, woman.
Master Heismay is innocent in all this. He was framed for crimes performed by my hand and in my name.
And I, Barden, captain of Martyra's Guard Corps, stand to vouch for all that she said.
Just so. It was this young candidate who killed that human, cleared me of the false charges, and dispelled the shadow over Martyra.
Thus, here I stand. My head is his to offer.
That's quite a turn of events. We have our head, ladies and gentlemen, and it's unlike any we've seen yet.
How is this believable? She's an imposter. She's got to be.
Of course. That, or they're putting words in the poor woman's mouth. A Sanctoress would never.
What will His Eminence Forden do?
The Honorable Master Godot should know whether I and my words can be trusted.
Well?
'Tis true to the last word, isn't it?
Yes, Your Eminence. Without question.
Young candidate, you have done well to bring about her repentance. Now, justice must be rendered.
What? Right here and now? Your Eminence, a moment!
Thank you for your concern. But I have no objections. For a sinner like me, to confess the truth to the people has already been more than I deserve. O new king, it is my hope that you will rid the world of its twisted prejudices and common cruelties. Please, lead this country armed with the truth.
I will. I promise.
In front of everybody. That's cold.
Well, folks, sometimes that's just how the curtain falls. If Sanctifex Forden turned in the biggest head, then our dark horse here has certainly turned in the heaviest. What an upset, ladies and gents! Who could see this coming?
Those crazy kids have done it again.
What a show!
Mm. 49. After the events of the exhibition, many people seem to have taken notice of me and hope this eventually leads to saving the prince. They didn't waste no time.
Barden just departed, wishing everyone well. I suppose he aims to reach Martira before Joanna's confession does.
And Forden himself. I hardly expected the man to make himself so visible.
Likely his attempt at redirection. Keeps the blame from falling on him and the church. Can't say it didn't work, I suppose. I'm certainly not blameless in this either. It was my suggestion to make an impression by foregoing the pursuit of a monster's head in favor of a person's.
I guess, but...
Nevertheless, the Lady Joanna entrusted her final wishes to us, and we mustn't betray them. That's all we can do.
Not bad, pups.
We were passing on the course of a human hunt. You gave a most distinctive showing.
Every time he gets on the screen, I'm just like, okay. He makes an appearance, I can tell you that much.
I suppose you're worth introducing ourselves to. I'm Fidelio, that's Basilio. Luis's right-hand men, see?
And now you walk with a Ujif at your side. Each ally of a different tribe. Fascinating.
Better to have dependable friends than familiar ones. Something we've got in common.
Not only did you expose a failing of the Sanctus Church, but you dared to bring her alive so Forden himself could do the grisly part before all his flock.
That was not our intent.
Oh, same idea, yeah? A real person's head gets more eyes on you than some decapitated beast. And now you're the names on everyone's lips, aren't you? No. We only read it wrong.
And you weren't afraid to make an enemy of the church to do it. It's quite a feat for a no-name candidate to so deftly rub Forden's face in the dirt. A wake-up call, I'm sure, for those who only know his honeyed words.
Oh, Lord Luis, we really should be going.
Relax. They're in the middle of a conversation.
I like a show of strength as much as the next girl, but I do so hate violent spectacles. A view from the sky sounds so much more enchanting, don't you think?
So this is what's become of Luis. There was something eerie to him even as a lad, but I'd never expected him to reach such heights.
Do you suppose we have his attention?
Yeah.
Last time he told us we had to demonstrate our power first. I'd like to think that if he went out of his way to talk to us, that's something we earned.
Oh, loves. I've got a message from Count Luis. He says he'll be sending a messenger along soon. So stay in the city, would you?
A messenger?
And I have to say, I might not want to let you out of my sight either.
Master Luis? Master Luis was just here. What happened?
Oh, he mad. Little puppy is mad.
Well, he just left. You weren't told?
We'd better be getting back as well.
Damn it. What's so special about those fools?
Oh boy, your eyebrow going furrow lower than the Dane Valley.
Luis is having a go for Popeye, eh? Are you officially all flunkies in arms now, then?
That's a good question.
It might be a trap.
Don't get cold feet now. We knew going in that any plan to win his favor would be dangerous.
We have finally taken the first step in saving His Highness the Prince. If we can get the formula, then we yet have a chance of lifting the curse.
How fares His Highness, anyway? He still fights?
I took a look in the Farsight mirror a while ago. He's still asleep. But nothing's changed about his condition.
And do we know where this formula is?
No, but he's bound to keep it somewhere secret if it's evidence linking him to the assassination. Still, a formula would be useless unless it's within arm's reach for emergencies.
If it's something he'd keep close, then...
Wouldn't that be inside his gauntlet runner?
It's as good a chance as any. Getting inside would be a pain for anyone else, including us.
He said he would send a messenger. Perhaps it would be wise to wait until we've heard his missive.
Good point. Let's just wait for word then.
Sounds like a plan, I guess.
Joanna, a backwater sanctuarist denies me my moment of triumph. She defiles the very church itself. And naturally it was an elder of all people who stood her before me. Will that benighted tribe never stop dogging my heels?
An idea occurs, Your Eminence. For the tournament's next challenge, let us center the competition on a show of piety. Make them prove their Sanctus faith. After all, Sanctism is the state religion. It would be the barest of leaps to suggest that loyalty to the church is loyalty to the state.
I assume you have a plan?
Altaberry's our next destination. The very seat of the faith outside the capital. I thought we might propose another hunt. This time for relics.
Ah, the so-called divine relics. Those false idols the pagans consider relics of their gods.
What need does the world have for gods beyond ours? Soon, they will talk of nothing but how to win the Sanctus Church's favor. Your Eminence's influence would be sure to reach even greater heights.
And in the pagan lands, the greedier candidates will plunder and pillage for idols as they see fit. Fine footholds for our missionaries, all without getting our hands dirty. The collection of divine relics should be a spectacle held on Saint's Day. Our divine right will be undeniable. Once I take the throne, I will re-establish that these relics originally belonged to the Sanctus Church, and that they were ransacked from us in the course of history.
Your Eminence, on that day, I should be grateful to be honored with a proper title.
Say no more. A concession only fair for the right hand of the Sanctifex.
Ever at your service. You do not bow your head.
Oh, humblest apologies.
What troubles you, my child?
Well, my concern would be about the risks involved. Some theories suggest even the royal scepter was originally one of these relics.
In the unlikely event that a divine relic were to be found to nullify the king's magic...
If such a relic existed, it would have been found long ago. You burden yourself with such fears. All you need to do is be a good saint. Smile, wave, and bless.
Rella, you are to return to the royal capital and gather the people under my banner.
Understood.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
She's definitely victimized.
Hello? A word. Some odd blighter left a letter for you last night. Said he was Luis's man. Night Prowler, today, come. Bit curt if I'm honest, hardly diplomatic. Seems like this Night Prowler place is some sort of pub or club. But do you know where it is?
On the city's outskirts. Seemed fairly dingy to my eyes. I can't imagine Luis at a haunt like that.
You think it's a trap? Maybe he's caught on to us?
If he wanted to trap us, I doubt he would make it so obvious. Though that doesn't guarantee our safety there, of course.
We have little other option but to show up.
I'll hang about in the runner. Keep myself busy with tinkering. Let me know if you talk yourself onto Luis's craft, eh?
Right then. Let's be off to this Night Prowler.
Alright, keeping it going.
Let's hurry.
Oi there!
Hey, mister.
Wonderful.
Uh-huh.
All right then.
In this rain, that's a rain.
Oi! Oi!
Prowler we go. It's a nice little bar. Oh. Where there goes the team.
Wow, look who it is. Appreciate you coming out.
So it was you two.
You expected us to roll out the red carpet right into our headquarters. Consider this a pre-show. Still, you really are just a kid, aren't you?
And you're one to talk?
I wouldn't go having a laugh at me big brother's expense. That's when I get to step in. Make some points for my own life.
You are brothers. And he is the elder?
And here I thought the Magnus brothers' name was making the rounds. Shame that.
Alright, Taguro brothers. That's nothing but the Taguro brothers, like for real.
Yeah, yet. Besides, Lord Luis has taken quite a shine to you lot. Before we let you see him, I have a question. I want you to think long and hard before you answer, right?
Not everybody looking. Oh.
What kind of king are you selling yourself to be exactly? Go on, let's have the pitch.
I'd treat all tribes equally.
Just like Lord Luis.
All right, a bit much, ease off. You know there's a big difference between meritocracy and equality. You're not doing yourself any favors here, are you?
Let's drop the pretenses, shall we? We were all about impressing Luis, and we've done that. You're all about results, aren't you?
You'll answer the question from me too. Why do you want to serve Master Luis? No lies now.
That would be, huh?
I don't like Forden or his church.
Too right. They have no idea what justice is. Ah, but you had a sanctoress publicly executed so you could get ahead. Not in a position to moralize, are you?
We don't expect everyone to take our side. We're just here to right wrongs, that's all.
Whatever. You got some brass to you, I'll give you that much. Already got more accomplished than that Gladell ever did. You seem like the types to make yourselves useful.
Not many get Ardel's blessing. It's worth celebrating that. For now. You're in.
Someone like you should already know what it's like. The minority tribes face walls and barriers everywhere they look in society. Our greatest hope rides with Master Luis. We'll do whatever it takes to make him king, and starting today, so will you. Come on then. Master Luis is waiting for you inside his gauntlet runner, the Caradrius.
And no funny business up there, yeah? Nothing gets past the King's magic, and Lord Luis is one of the top candidates. We've captured some, 10 odd assassins now? Lord Luis uses them for magic experiments, and, well, you know how that ends.
He talks so casually.
We finally have access to Luis's headquarters.
It's a valuable opportunity. Ideally, while most of our group is meeting with Luis, someone else can do a quick search inside.
Wait, me?
You're the smallest one out here, so, why not?
There's no one more suitable. Anyone else, and he'd question their absence.
You're putting a solo infiltration on my tiny shoulders? But fine, I'll do it.
Once we're in the Skyrunner, we'll assess the situation, then deal with our own tasks.
Where?
So?
Station of worship, secretary over there. Let me save it, because I feel like it's been a minute.
Hello there.
Alright.
Incredible.
That is huge. Didn't mean until we got closer, but this one is really huge.
Hey!
Keep your heads out of the cloud, will ya?
Sam!
Pumpkins can fall over the cut areas. Only one later, we won't be flying for a good while anyway. That's what the story is, you know. We're officially friends yet. I'll give you the parents.
Got it.
Early morning, during this week, trying to think that we dead on the spot. Maybe we're coming to Lord, we dead on the spot. Got it. Yeesh. Not sure about making threats. We'll stay on this good side.
Seriously.
We're off. Check this out.
Now we treat this
At
like
last.
a scholar. See the first foot of our infiltration. Soon that we will be within our grasp.
Indeed.
There's more to come with a castle than a carriage.
Understood.
It's also to say how much trust the brothers will afford us. And our guard around will be crucial.
Now, where was I?
I did get like
Would you look at this?
and you know we gotta
Here, kitty.
rub the kitty every time.
Oh, yeah?
Somebody's soldiers here. I suppose we should expect as much from Louise' stronghold.
Well,
Like I'm not, and other recruits gonna stand out, but we're all on the same side of them now, so stand
And
tall.
yet...
Oi! You're not serious. Got it.
Set rules on top floor to see if we can get you there.
What in the...
The heck was that? Let's stay everyone. Imagine patrol locker
Yeah?
rooms. Keeps the suspicious element out, you know. Suckers pretending they're grunts when they're actually assassins.
I see.
Very secure system, so you need a key to get
Yeah.
out. It's different keys for different areas. So I'm gonna select a few ranking soldiers out. Wanna walk around no better. I think you're gonna have to move up our ranks a bit.
Evidently.
Keys given to ranking soldiers. Not being as first one group difficult without those in our possession. Need to acquire them. Look at your treacherous whispers. Dang.
Oh, nice.
Let's get where it's out of gauntlet. Yeah, that's a whole flying fortress.
Huh.
I'll show what the exhibition used to be. You have to prove yourself before you can stand up for the council.
No.
What's the meaning of this?
Don't even try it.
Understood?
Take care of this dude.
Seriously.
I mean, y'all the one leading us.
Here.
The reception room, guys. They have to show a pack of strangers straight to his private quarters.
All right.
All right, then.
Hey.
I mean, all these people around, they can't see a ferry. That would be kind of sus.
A beautiful city, Brylehaven. But it is its identity I truly respect. Oceana's navy might well have won them the Annex War, if your Cronia hadn't chosen to forgo their honor and launch an opportunist attack in the wake of a storm. Even now, united in the kingdom, their pride in their power is what keeps this city alive. You wish to join my ranks. I need ask little else. Instead, I would hear what you wish to know most. Ask and I will answer. That is why I've bid you come here. Here we go.
All right, then.
Did you kill the king and prince?
My dagger laid buried in the king's chest until his mortal husk entered the casket. Then, you don't deny it? I never sought to. I presumed Forden would be more than happy to announce it, but I've heard nothing. The man preyed enough on the state government. Perhaps he feared I would be hailed as a hero instead of derided as a killer. Ever the paragon of cowardice. It is clear no small conviction drives you. Perhaps keeping you close will prove useful. You, assembled company, I hereby permit you to enter my service. We are much obliged.
Well then. He didn't bother lying
This
about it.
is a heart of magic silver. Cut your finger and let the blood fall. A proper rite of loyalty. Shows how all our blood flows through the same heart.
Watch yourselves, though. If your own heart's not true to our cause, well, it's not just a drop you lose. It might take off a whole limb.
You hesitate. Fear and anxiety. They always lead the people astray. But power and order trumps all. That is the crux of my rule.
Yes.
Good. It would appear we've passed.
Ha! Look at you, like knock-kneed lambs. Just having a bit of fun with you, eh? You think I'd go to all that effort?
On August 13th, I intend to hold a soiree in this city. It seems a fine opportunity for you to make your debut in my retinue.
Very exclusive, see? Only for those good enough to be part of our campaign. You should feel honored.
As my gauntlet runner requires some maintenance, the party shall be held at the feast hall where I'm staying. In the meantime, do as you will.
better find this stuff. Yeah.
Only this area feels any different from the rest. I need a key to get in, though. It'd be nice if I could see what's going on in here, too.
Is that boy candidate here already?
Meeting with Count Luis as we speak, I think. Didn't think he'd end up on our side.
I expect we'll run into each other on the job, eh? That said, let's get back to our rounds.
Yikes! They're coming this way! I have to hide!
I mean, could you not have done that in the first place?
Is this the other side of that door? Never thought it'd lead to a place like this. This area just screams suspicious with all the guards. The formula's gotta be somewhere around here. Is someone coming?
Figures they'd show up now.
Isn't that the songstress? What is she doing here?
Lady Juna, is something amiss?
I do recall saying I didn't need a personal guard today.
Yes, but this is Luis's personal quarters, and we thought in case you needed...
Well, I don't. You can do your guarding downstairs for today. Do you understand? And, well, I mean, do you really want to be guarding this door when Count Luis returns? Oh, the things you would hear. How awkward for us both.
You mean... Idiot, don't make the lady repeat herself.
Apologies, my lady. We'll make ourselves scarce.
Well then. Go out and get rid of them.
Close one. Opportunities like this are so few and far between. I've got to get this back in place. Oh, wonderful. How were these arranged again?
A magic spell? Is that the formula?
The heck?
Just my luck. I can't carry out something that big, and now I know where it is.
Well then.
Jolly good! You've got the man's eyes on you. Now that you've sworn fealty, we can get right down in the guts of his Skyrunner.
I worry for Gallica. Perhaps we ask too much of her. I hope she's all right.
Ah, it seems you worried for naught.
I'm back!
Phew. You're clearly bursting with good news, too.
I know, right? I found where the formula is! I'm pretty sure I saw the real thing. Even if it wasn't, I'd bet the real one's somewhere in that room.
Masterfully done. We could have asked no better an infiltrator.
That songstress Juno was there too. I'm pretty sure it was Luis's private quarters. So I have to wonder what she was doing there.
Whatever the case, I assume you could lead the way to the room?
Well, yes, but it might be a bit tricky. To get to Luis's quarters, we'd need to go through the crew quarters, then through the starboard corridor, or the port corridor. You need a key to get into each of the divisions. Whoever's in charge at each guard post has one. Luis's private quarters have a special key too. That one's held by the representative on the bridge.
In short, we'll need to pass through 3 blocks. The crew quarters, either the starboard or port corridor, and the bridge.
It looked like he's usually got his quarters under guard. So we'll want to pick a time of day when there'll be less people around.
If we need it less crowded, then how about the night of the soiree? Surely it would be a skeleton crew.
Apparently the song would be held at a luxury inn that caters exclusively to the upper class. The soldiers manning this run are bound to have duties in town.
He would have us debut as his supporters on that night. How would we get away with not being present?
Maybe if we just excuse ourselves for a short time? We've got plenty of time to prepare. Securing an infiltration route, finding out when it will be less crowded, this is all work we can get done in advance. On the night of, Gallica and one other will slip out, swipe the formula, then return by the shortest route possible.
Have anyone in mind? My hearing makes stealth jobs simple work.
Yeah.
No. I think he'd be our best bet.
You would have the guest of honor himself absent?
This is Luis we're talking about. He's bound to notice any absence. If we've lost on that front already, we might as well send our strongest.
I mean,
What do you think? It would be
makes a
risky
point.
as a near-solo infiltration. Are you up to the task?
We'll just have to make it work.
You truly mean that?
Seriously. We're jumping from tightrope to tightrope here. We'll have to prep our infiltration strategy tomorrow. For now, let's get back to the inn and get some rest.
Now then.
So today we're working on an infiltration route to the quarters. Also, so they would make a formidable lineup. Get them alone, beat that key from them, and push forward.
Even so,
a short, decisive encounter is the whole of the day. Take off reinforcements, we land up there.
Yes.
I'm a little worried.
Yeah.
Want to build up our strength by hunting bounties and likely may end up over our heads. Infiltrating short, decisive battles. Unlike previous operations, time is of the essence with infiltrating. You need to keep your battles short, defeating the officers within a certain number of turns. All the officers are quite strong, each will require you to be tactical. Gather information about them in town, utilize request strengthening abilities to give yourself a fighting chance.
Then...
What's the third informant?
Got it.
It sounds like they do some digging before the day of the swallow. So it's like a covert operation to map out how it's
Let's focus.
I guess, lead to that room to get the formula. But it sounds like I'm not doing any fighting until, honestly, the actual day. So, but most likely that's where all the bounties and other stuff will come into play. Which gives me plenty of time to make more money, plenty of time to find more equipment, level up archetypes, all types of stuff. So, that being said, yeah, that'll be it for this one. I will definitely come back by the night of the soiree, and everything's gonna go down. But as always, y'all have yourselves a wonderful day, wonderful night. God bless, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Let's get this operation down.